Welcome back to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for always standing with our channel. Ladies and gentlemen, Raila Odinga is struggling to explain to Kenyans that you can have your cake and eat it at the same time. After signing their deal with William Samoei Ruto, Raila Odinga, a man I have a lot of respect to, is struggling to explain to Kenyans to justify why he had to rush and support William Ruto when Gen Zs had cornered Ruto and they have placed some irreducible minimums that they wanted William Ruto to implement. Raila has been going around trying to popularize this new found love. For William Ruto, he's saying that he is uniting Kenyans. This is exactly what every other president has said. After elections, they will always bring Raila Odinga into the government saying that we are uniting our people. But for Raila Odinga, he's really struggling. Today, Raila was telling us that he didn't go to William Ruto. It is William Ruto who came to him. And Kenyans are telling Raila, it doesn't matter who went to who. As long as you're dining with the oppressor, we don't want to know whether it is William Ruto who came to you or it is you who went to William Ruto. By the end of the day, the end justifies the beginning. So I want us to listen to Raila Odinga, and we will even tell you why it is a greater sin, because he feels that it's a lesser sin if it is William Ruto who approached him. And we will tell him why Kenyans feel that it is even a greater sin if William Ruto went to him and he accepted. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to listen to Raila Odinga. Before that, allow me very fast to bring you up to speed with the progress of the 50 Bob challenge that we have been doing for our young sister Hope, who is stranded at the Thika Medical Training Center. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been doing this collection at a time when Kenyans are going through very tough financial moments. There are people who have got over 5 WhatsApp groups where they have been invited to contribute for some funeral arrangements. Some people are sick and they are required to do some contribution. Harusi hapa na pale. The cost of living is so high. But I want to take this opportunity and thank Kenyans who came out in big numbers. Today, we have collected 72,350 Kenya shillings. 72,350 Kenya shillings. We had divided this into 3 categories, as she has explained. We were looking at a school fees which is 39,000 Kenya shillings. We were looking at accommodation for a whole semester, which is 6 months, and we are also looking at personal requirements, because Hope currently abides by a friend. They are living together with a friend who accommodated her. Now we want to get a house for her, buy a few items including a mattress, a bed, and those personal stuff. So ladies and gentlemen, with 72,000 Kenya shillings, we have managed to get 39,000 for the school fees. That has been cleared, and I'm really very happy for those who came up and sacrificed their little. We have also managed to get accommodation for the whole semester, which goes for 6 months, and that is very commendable. Because we are handing this money on Friday, that means that after paying the school fees and accommodation, by now, as I was doing this video, I have got 9,000 that will go for the personal items. And we really require quite a lot, because we still need to buy a mattress and all those things. I'm looking at another 20,000 if we can get, because we had our budget was rated between 80 to 100. If I can get 20,000 between today and Friday, we will be home and dry, because there are several. She's starting afresh. Apparently, she was boarding, but now she's going to her own house. So I want to thank you first of all for the sacrifice that you have made at this very difficult moment. May God replenish your pockets. But ladies and gentlemen, let us continue sending 50 shillings. It is a 50 shillings challenge, and I know by Friday we will put a smile on on Hope's face because currently she was not very happy. She felt like mimi na masomo yameisha. But I want to thank God that we have come. So kindly keep on sending this because we are handing this over by Friday and we will ensure that she continues with her education. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how Raila was speaking, trying to justify why they had to form an alliance with William Samoei Ruto. Kindly listen to him carefully and tell me what you make out of.
Sasa watu wengi wanapiga kelele hapa na pale, oh, Raila ameenda kwa Ruto, ametuacha. Mimi sijaenda kwa Ruto. Ruto amekuja kwangu. Mimi nimesema mimi nibaki, msimamo yangu haijabadilika. Kitu muhimu zaidi mpaka zalime mpaka sasa mimi ninakuwa napigania haki ya Wakenya yote. Uliona mwaka ile ingine sisi tulitoka yote, tulikuwa kwa barabara tukipigania Wakenya, kusema gharama ya maisha imepanda, tukasema fungulieni sava, tukasema mambo ya ufisadi imezidi, tukasema mambo ya ukabila imezidi. Tulisema haya yote mpaka baadaye tukaunda jopo kazi kinaitwa NADCO, wakaandika ripoti. Jamaa walikuwa na sheta. Baadaye mwaka jana vijana wakajitokeza, Gen Z wakaingia kwa barabara, wakapiga chafua sana tena, wakapiga na hao watu, wakatuma mapolisi kwenda kupiga watoto na kuua watoto. Wengi waliuawa. Hayo yote yakawa pale, wakaleta watu jeshi, wakatetemeka. Baadaye sasa wakalazimishwa kuvunja serikali na kusema watashauriana kuunda serikali mpya. Lakini sisi tumesema maneno ambayo ziko swala nyeti zimebaki pale pale mpaka litatuliwe. Lakini haviwezi kutatuliwa kama watu hawajakuja pamoja kuongea, kuangalia vile mambo yatakuwa. Ndio sababu hao jamaa wakikuwa wameshikwa na baridi na wamekuja upande yetu, mimi nikasema tufanye mambo marekebisho haya yote. Mnaona yale tumeandika maneno 10 yote ni yale tumekuwa tunadai, na wakasema watatimiza. Sasa tumesema tunapatia hao fursa ya kufanya hayo ili yarekebishwe. Uchaguzi itakuja mwaka 2027, hapo wananchi wataamua wenyewe. Lakini kutoka hapa mpaka pale hatutaki wananchi wetu wazidi kuumia. Mambo matibabu iko na shida, hii mambo ya SHA haifanyi kazi mpaka irekebishwe. Si ndio irekebishwe, sivyo? Hii mambo ya ushuru ambayo wananchi wanatozwa ni juu sana, hata hii juma nyumba hizi mpaka irekebishwe, sio? Hawezi kurekebisha kama unakaa kando, mpaka uingie tale uambie fanya hii na hii na hii, na weka watu yako hapa na hapa wafanye.
So that is Raila Odinga speaking. I don't know what you make out of that speech. But ladies and gentlemen, if we go further to interrogate Raila's speech, because he feels that it is a lesser sin if it is William Ruto who approached him to join the government, or approach him so that they could support each other. It is not a lesser sin. In fact, I went to tell you why it is even more greater. It is even a more greater sin if it is Ruto who approached Raila Odinga. Because he approached Raila at a time when Kenyans had given Ruto the irreducible minimums, including a total overhaul of the cabinet, including the CAS appointees that were about to be appointed, people like Evans Kidero, Manga, Dennis Itumbi, including wastage. The Kenyans wanted him to stop wastage and corruption, unnecessary spending, local and foreign trips. Kenyans never wanted the Finance Bill 2024, but he didn't listen to them. Instead, he joined hands with William Samoei Ruto, something that does not resonate well with the people. So it is even a greater sin. Many people feel that he sold the nation, he sold his supporters to Kasongo, he drifted away from the main course. And even though he's saying that He's still fighting for us. That's why I'm saying that you cannot have your cake and eat it at the same time. You are either in the government or in the opposition. This kind of amorphous relationship where Raila want us to believe that he's still in the opposition at the same time. No, he has to choose one. Number two, ladies and gentlemen, ever since Raila joined Kasongo, we could have forgiven him if he taught Kasongo some manners and some virtues. But you see, ever since Raila got into this government, Kasongo has not changed. Instead, all the things that we told Kasongo, the irreducible minimums, Kasongo continues to make mistakes. Abductions are still ongoing. The cost of living is still high. There are some articles in the Finance Bill 2024 that have come back and they were passed under certain amendments, the Finance Bill amendments, and they are part of this government. They are part of our budget now. So Raila has not influenced William Ruto positively. Therefore, by joining William Ruto, even if William Ruto came to him or not, we would have wanted to see a changed Ruto. But now, instead of Raila changing William Ruto, it is William Ruto who has changed Raila Odinga. Because you saw Raila sanitizing Adani deal, things that Kenyans never wanted. Why? If not for the indictment from the US, Adani deal would have really been part and parcel of our problem. So, because William Ruto has refused to change, Raila cannot tell us, cannot justify why he joined Kasongo. It would have been otherwise. Number three, there is no formula for implementing the 10 agenda that they talked about. I don't know, inclusivity, stopping abductions, make sure that the countries and devolution work. Yes, they are good on paper, but we do not have a roadmap. And that is why you cannot tell us that it was very imperative for you to join William Samoei Ruto. Many people feel it was because of personal fortunes. It is because of revenge to Rigathi Gachagua. It was not about Kenyans. And so I feel with a lot of, with due respect to Baba, there is no justification in joining Kasongo. That's why in Kisii, there was fireworks. I can see them trying to do damage control, that some people were paid. Who paid them? The senior most leaders in the county are Silvanus Osoro and Simbarati. They are now working together under the broad-based arrangement. So there's no one who could have given goons money to fight Raila there. And that's why I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot have your cake and eat it at the same time. Raila is really struggling to justify, but it will not work. Kenyans have decided that we are not going to allow these people to hoodwink us once again, to dictate us once again. We are going to kick them out in 2027. Every conversation must start and end with a formula of kicking out this administration through the constitutional and democratic means, which is the ballot. And I can assure you that the Kenya Kwanza regime must go home. We must have a fresh blood in the leadership because Kenya has gone to the dogs.